Multiply is Word of Life's digital tool designed to assist you in the administration of your ministry and the discipleship of young people. If you've been using Multiply previously, you will notice that we have made a few exciting changes to make your use of Multiply more effective. This video is a walkthrough of the new Multiply so that you start well with the new system. So let's log in and take a look at all of the exciting changes. When you log into Multiply, you will be directed to your ministry dashboard. Here, you will see an overview of your past 30 days of attendance, quiet time engagement, and gospel conversations. In the middle of the dashboard, you will see your upcoming ministry events that you can click on to get more details. At the bottom, you will see your ministry discipleship stats, such as your 4-chair discipleship breakdown, cause circle stats, and creative discipleship points. Something to be aware of is the top of the bar of your display. Here it will tell you what part of Multiply you are viewing, as well as any tools that may change your view. If your profile is set as the administrator of your church organization, then you will be able to choose between the view of your stats for all of your ministry teams or just one of your ministry teams with the drop-down menu. For the remainder of this video, we are only going to be focusing on 51 student ministries. At the top of your screen, you will see your name, login email, and profile picture. Next to those, you will find a 3-dot menu button to access your profile menu. Here, you will see options to view and change your profile information and edit your account settings. Let's go into the settings to see two key features. Many cultures view their calendars with Sunday as the first day of the week, while others view it with Monday as the first day. With one click, you can change this setting off or on, and your choice will reflect on the event calendar page. Also, if at any point you need technical support on Multiply, click the Help button and you'll be redirected to our online help desk. The notifications page will show you if you have any actionable items in Multiply. Here you can see if you've been invited to any organizations in Multiply. You can also see if you have any responsibilities for any upcoming ministry events. Clicking the View button will take you to that ministry event to help you prepare. One major change we have made to Multiply is that it is where you access the vast library of Word of Life Youth Ministries curriculum, lessons, and resources. So let's click on Store to see the curriculum store. At the top, you will see that you can select from early learner, elementary age, and teen curriculum lessons. In the top right, you will see how many total credits your church has available to use. These are the combined credits of all ministry subscriptions your church currently has. Next to the credits, you will see a search bar where you can search through the curriculum store. Below these tools, you will see a filter tool to narrow down how many lessons you view according to module type. So for instance, Core Essentials. Now we're viewing only the Core Essentials modules. To take away this filter, simply click whichever filter has been selected. Your view of the lesson modules will show you the module artwork, the year the module was published, and how many credits it will cost to purchase that module. In the top right of the module may include a tag. The new tag means that this module has been newly published within the past year. The owned tag means that this module has already been purchased by your organization and is available for use in the curriculum library. As you may have noticed, hovering over your mouse, the module will display the overview of the module. Clicking on that module will bring up a window that will show you the module in more detail, along with the objective statements for each lesson within the module. If you have enough credits in your organization's account, administrators and key leaders will have access to purchase the module. A confirmation window will appear to make sure that you really want to buy this module. Let's go ahead and buy it. Now it shows up, and we will also be able to see it in the curriculum library. The curriculum library has been updated to show you which modules have been used and which modules have not yet been used by your ministry organization. This feature will only work if you have been using the calendar planning tool within Multiply. Clicking on a module will display the module and its lessons. In the top bar, you can download module files such as all of the lessons and artwork that you can use for decorations and promotion. You can also view which languages this particular module has been made available in. And you can choose to add this module to your ministry calendar directly to your ministry calendar. We will cover this more when we talk about the events page. For each lesson, you can download the lesson, the leader's guide, student notes, and parent connection as PDFs or Word documents. Each lesson also has a PowerPoint available for download, and you can choose to download all of these files at once as a zip folder. When you select a module that has already been used, so let's go back out to one that's already been used. We see a section down here saying modules already used. You will actually get to see when most recently each lesson of that module was used. If you are familiar with the resource section of TeacherSource, the resource section of Multiply is mostly unchanged. Remaining the same are the ministry selection and filter tools. However, one feature that will allow you to find the resource you were looking for quicker is the search function at the top of the screen. Just begin typing what you're looking for, and the view will filter to only the resources that have that word or phrase. In 51 Student Ministries, this is incredibly useful when you're looking for a specific scripture memory pack, like one on identity. The events calendar page is your planning tool to Multiply. Here you can add your ministry meetings and plan them in detail. To add a lesson or a module, hover your mouse over the day you want to plan and click the plus button that appears. Since our calendar already has ministry nights planned for the majority of July, I'm going to begin on the 31st. You will see that you can add a Word of Life module, a single Word of Life lesson, or you can add a custom lesson. Let's add a module. Be sure in the bottom left that you have the correct ministry team selected in the drop-down. When you click on the search bar, you will see a drop-down of modules, and you can narrow this drop-down by typing the module title you're looking for. I'm looking for Roots. It was already there, but we see that it filtered multiple Roots modules. Once you've selected the module, you will need to select the date range for this module. And you need to make sure that you select a range that can fit the amount of lessons in the module. Since our module has 4 lessons, and I'm teaching the first one on a Wednesday, then I need to select a range that includes 4 Wednesdays. So the 31st is our first Wednesday, 2, 3, 4. Then select your start and ending times. You can enter these by selecting and clicking up or down, or you can type, or you can select the clock icon and use the drop downs. I'm going to go 6:30 to 8 o'clock, a good hour and a half for ministry. You can also add meeting elements to the order of your night. Doing this now will make things easier as we get closer to the actual ministry meeting. When you add a meeting element, you can name it. Let's name our first one Icebreaker. Nice to start the ministry night with an icebreaker. And we can choose to assign it to a leader, a student, or custom. When you assign it to a leader, your leaders in your team will populate the person category. Selecting from this list will add this meeting and responsibility to their notification areas in Multiply. So let's select our 51 leader. Let's go ahead and add another element, but this time we're going to assign it to a student. We're going to say it's worship, and we have a great student who's great at leading worship. So we're going to select student, and now I can select from students that are assigned in our given ministry team. Now let's add another to see the custom selection. When we add the element, let's say small groups, and we select it as custom, now we can type whatever we want in here. I'm going to say small group leaders. Now, since small group leaders is not an actual person or organization, it will not show up as a notification in the notifications area, unlike leaders, but it will still show in the meeting details. But wait, we forgot to assign who is teaching the lesson. So let's go ahead and do that. We have the lesson. It's going to be a leader, and this time we're going to select John Collins. He's going to teach the lesson. And I hit add, but hold on. Now our lesson is after our small groups. We always teach our lesson before our small groups. Well, the organization tool allows you to drag and drop elements in whatever order you'd like. So I'm going to drag the lesson to after worship and before small groups. Once everything is how we like it, we can click Add Events, and they will show up on the calendar. But now that these are on the calendar, let's go ahead and look at August. I just remembered that we're not meeting on August 7th because we're all going to be at camp. So I can take these last two and I can drag them down. Actually, the last three, I'm going to drag them down, and that way the 7th is clear and these are all still in the right order. Now that the meeting nights are on the calendar, I can click a night. I can see that night in more detail. I can download the lesson files right from this view. I can mark attendance. So let's say our test student was there. I can edit the order of the meeting. I can even edit the event to change how the lesson is being taught, all from this one view. The student view allows you to view all of the students under your ministry care. Now you will only be able to see students according to the access of your Multiply account role. Leaders can only see students assigned to the same small group as them. Key leaders can see all students in their given ministry team, and administrators can see all students in all of the ministry teams within the church organization. For the sake of privacy, I've switched this account to leader so we can only see our test student because it is the only one assigned to my small group. From this view, you can see the student's name, creative discipleship points, ministry team, small group, birthday, email address, and phone number. Clicking on a student's name will bring up all of their information. You can edit their information by clicking the Edit button in the Information section. Student information has been broken into three main sections. Basic, that's contact information, gender, address, graduation year. Extra, things like social media, birthday, four-chair discipleship, prayer requests, and family contact information. So let's say we need to add a phone number for this student. And this test student, he's a male. And whenever you are done adding and changing student information, be sure to click the Update Student button. And now we see that that information has been edited. To update a student's creative discipleship engagement, you can click the Edit button in the discipleship section. We will cover this section very soon in our walkthrough. In this view, you can also add the names and status of unsaved friends and family in their cause circle, as well as date-specific comments about the student. Now let's go back to the student view to see how to add a new student. In the student view, click the Add Student button and a pop-up will appear. Even though there's a lot of information that you can collect about a student, the only information that you need to add a student initially is their first name, their last name, and their email address. If you were set as a leader, this student is automatically going to be added to your small group. If you are set as a key leader, this student will be added to your ministry team and you can select the small group. And if you're an administrator, this student, you will have to multiply what ministry team and what small group they're a part of. Once a student is added, you can then go into their information and add any other information about them that you have. Creative discipleship tracking has seen a great change in this new version of Multiply. You can access a student's creative discipleship information from two places. From the student's view, you can click on their point level in the discipleship column, or you can access it by clicking on the student and then clicking Edit on the discipleship section of the student's individual information page. In the discipleship tracker, you will see that each area of creative discipleship has been given its own block. The attendance area is populated when a student's attendance is marked in the events page. So let's go back to the events page and see this in action. We go to events. Let's go to this event right here, and let's mark our test student as having attended. Now we go back to the student view. I'll click on his discipleship, and we'll see this new green circle showing that he has attended and he has received the additional 2 points for that attendance. Quiet time can be tracked in two ways. If the student is using a printed version of the quiet time diary, you can simply click each day on the calendar that the student has completed a day of quiet time on time. If you select a date by mistake, like the 12th here, you can click it again and a pop-up will appear confirming that you want to delete that date on the tracker. If a student is using the online quiet time tool, you can use the quiet time connection tool up above to allow Word of Life's digital tools to track the quiet time for you. For service, select the date that a Christian service was completed, let's say July 9th, and a menu will pop up allowing you to select which service type the student completed. And we're going to say community service and add. We now see the date is green. They've received 5 points for it. For scripture memory, select the verse pack that the scripture memory verse is from. So let's say ask, admire, and admit. Then select the memorized verse, and a pop-up will allow you to enter the date the student recited the memorized verse to you. And we're going to say that was this past Wednesday. Click Add. Now 5 points have been given for that verse. Gospel conversations, bringing friends, and mobilize all work generally the same. Select the date that the event occurred and add the name of the person that your student interacted with, that they shared the gospel with, or that they brought, or that they went through a lesson of mobilize with. and then click Add, and they will receive the points and it will show up on the calendar for it. Finally, you enter a book by clicking the date that the book was completed, and then enter the title of the book in the pop-up window. So, a great book recently that I have read is called Leadership as an Identity. As you track a student's progress, you will see their points increase in the top right of your screen. When a student or their parent wants a summary of the student's progress, you can use the Discipleship Summary tool at the top to send an email report. The Leader view allows you to view all of the leaders within your church's organization. At the bottom of this view, you can see any pending invitations that your organization has sent out and any requests that Multiply users have made to join your organization. To add leaders, click the Add Leader button at the top of your screen. Here, you can invite members by entering their email, role, ministry team, and their small group. Multiply will send an email invitation to this person as well as an invitation notification if this person already has set up a Multiply account. Or you can allow people to use a join request link or QR code. This will take them to a web page to request access to your ministry organization. Those requests will populate at the bottom of your leaders page. Your organization page will vary depending on your role. If you're an administrator, then you'll be able to edit your organization info, restart your discipleship year to reset your creative discipleship points, add, edit, or delete ministry teams, add, edit, or delete small groups, and manage your church's subscription information. In the subscription section, you can subscribe to premium access to all of Multiply's features, purchase extra credits, turn offer on auto renewal for any of your subscriptions, and view previous credit transactions. Key leaders cannot see subscription information. You cannot edit organizational information, and you cannot edit ministry teams. And leaders are unable to edit small groups, while key leaders will be able to manage small groups for your assigned ministry team.